So what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Munx. Over the last couple of days, PlayerUnknown has been teasing about the practice mode that's coming to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, something that we've all been asking for an awfully long time. And yesterday we got the official announcement that in September we'll be able to drop into this 2K island that is going to be our practice mode. Now, I'm really excited by this. This is a lot more than we expected. Half of us just expected a shooting range, or only wanted really a shooting range, and we got so much more than we anticipated. So you'll see the image on screen for you now is you'll see in the picture there's actually a map, and that demonstrates the actual size of the map that's going to be. It's actually a 2 kilometer times 2 kilometer map, so it's going to be half the size of Sanuk, our jungle map. You can see clearly from the image that there is a road that goes all the way around it. There is a race circuit, there's a dirt track, and there is a variety of a couple of ranges on there, as well as a kind of little barracks in the middle where we're going to get all of the guns, all of the attachments, everything you need to test every element of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds to the fullest. So on top of the general weapons training that we're going to be able to do in here, which we'll get onto in just a second, you're also going to be able to test out every single vehicle that's inside the game. As I said, there is races that can be had. I can imagine that this is just going to be loads of fun. Not only is it going to be really great to practice on, I can just see me jumping in here with 20 people inside maybe a custom game, or maybe even the public thing, and just dropping in here, having some races, having a laugh, shooting each other, having competitions. I don't know, like this is kind of endless. Taking this one step further, I mean, I can see an event mode on this where they actually let 100 people drop into this 2K map and have like a massive hot drop. I mean, imagine how awesome that would be, as far as 100 people dropping into something this small and just having some absolute chaos. Or maybe even like the H1Z1 days where you just kept on dropping in. I mean, that like not quite like the war mode that we've got, more like the main game, but when you die you just drop straight back in. So again, the possibilities are always endless of what's coming out of this right now. Pubg are listening, which is great, and they're introducing the things that you and I are asking for, and maybe even more than we're asking for. So that's really good news. As well as the raceways and all the cool stuff that's been added, there is jumps, there is stunts that we can done on this island, and I'm pretty sure they confirmed that that's on the map. So we've already seen the loop-de-loop, but I'm pretty sure there's jumps in the water as well. So they're really trying to add a lot of diversity and cool stuff into this. And there is also a parachute jump school. So I imagine you'll be able to go inside the school. I think it will probably put you straight back into the plane, and you'll just dive back in and practice your precision parachuting. I know me for one, I've always got caught by that weird gust of wind at the end that seems to knock me off course, and I'm never sure whether that's me or whether that's the game. So maybe I can kind of overcome that. So the whole purpose of this is it's supposed to be for everybody, from the newest player that needs to practice parachuting, looting, driving, navigating the map, all those kind of essentials, to the more serious player that wants to practice their peeking, to the long shots, to the bullet drop, to all the techniques that make Pubg players great. I mean, this is where it's going to be done. As you can see from the picture, we have a barracks, we have the kind of tables, and this is exactly where we imagine the guns are going to be. So you're just going to be able to drop in here, pick up every single gun that's inside the game, including the crate weapons, every single attachment, so you can try every single variant of every single gun and find out what works for you, what recall patterns. I know people like Wacky Jackie have kind of done that to death and have done some amazing tutorials on pretty much every single change that's happened inside the game. But this is going to allow us to go in there and try it for ourselves without having a custom server, without having all that kind of stuff, and just really get to grips and perfect our game. Now onto the shooting ranges. One of the first teasers we had was a 400-meter shooting range, and people were a little bit disappointed about that because they were worried that that was the shooting range. They were worried that that was all we were going to get. We weren't going to get anything further than 400 meters, but it has now been confirmed that there are 3. So you get your 400 meters, which is going to be for your SMGs, your ARs to practice all that kind of stuff, up to your 400 meters, your bullet drop with ARs, and your leading on both stationary and moving targets. There is also then going to be the 800-meter range with exactly the same moving and stationary targets. So this is going to allow me specifically to practice my sniping. I mean, I like to think I'm a decent sniper, but the one thing I'm not very good at is leading on a far distance target that's moving. So that's going to be for me. I'm going to be practicing my lead. I'm going to be trying to get that up to a standard that I've seen a lot of other players, a lot of other pro players do, because I'd love to hit those first time snipes on those moving targets. So really impressed that that's coming into the game. And then there's also going to be the 1 kilometer range or targets. I'm not sure whether that's going to be a range or whether it's going to be a few targets. But again, really excited that they're pushing the boundaries of that. We're going to the 1K, which we know is the maximum shooting range inside PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or the maximum visibility. Maybe we can try and hit some 1K snipes. That would be awesome. On top of those, we're also getting like a pyramid structure that you see in the image now, and I imagine that's going to be for targets around height and around vaulting and climbing and all the kind of mechanics that they've added to the game there. And there is also going to be buildings with targets in, so we're not just going to have the ranges, we're actually going to have some kind of buildings with targets. I don't know whether they'll be moving. I think they've said that there's going to be peeking targets that are going to simulate people peeking around trees and out of buildings. This is just far more than we asked for. I'm so thankful that this has been added into the game, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it and jump in there with some of you guys, because I think this is just going to help me and everybody else up their game inside PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and kind of push the boundaries of what is possible. But I am kind of worried. I don't want you all getting better, because I do like sniping you and taking your heads off, so don't practice too much. So that's about it from me and the first look at the practice mode that's coming to PUBG. I'm really excited that they took what we wanted and evolved it into a living, evolving map that is far more than the shooting range or just a practice mode. So really chuffed with what PUBG have done with this, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. If there's anything that you want that isn't inside this yet or hasn't been mentioned, make sure you drop it down in the comments. Make sure you go and tweet it to PUBG. Let's shout about it. Let's make sure that they get this right and it's got everything that you and I need to have loads of fun and get much better at this game. So as always, guys, thanks again for watching, and make sure you drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more PUBG content and updates coming each week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!